So I didn't get up early. I woke up at 4 and I chose sleep. I kind of started moving just after 5. It's about 5:42 now, so there's a chance I could get out of camp at 6:30, but there's a chance I could get out of camp later, like 6:45. I wish I could explain to you why it takes me so long to break camp, but it does. But I opened up all my food to look at it, and I have 5 dinners. I have 3 or 4 normal days of snacks. I could probably stretch it to a 5th day. And I have weird breakfasts that really would just be 3 or 4 days. I'm running out of coffee, but I bought all the coffee that they had in Bishop. I have these Crystal Light with caffeines, plenty of those. Not really plenty, I could never have enough, but I should be all right. There's 78 miles between me and the Mammoth Lakes Pass. So the issue is that there's 3 passes in between there. I'd like to do as many miles per day as possible and spend fewer days between here and Mammoth, so I'm not rationing. Just rationing isn't fun. Well, this was an amazing camp spot. The only thing I would complain about is I got obliterated by the mosquitoes last night as I was eating dinner and setting up my tent. But right on the PCT, can't beat the commute. It's an interesting thing to eat as much as you can for the first 2 days to try to get your food to fit into the bear can, and then start worrying about having enough food for 4 or 5 or 6 days or whatever it's going to take you to get to your next pass, to your next town. Now, I could go into VVR if I had to. There's no reason to starve for a day just to get to Mammoth Pass, to Mammoth Lakes, but that's not what I want to do. That's not the plan. So we'll see how today goes. I chose sleep. I spent a little extra time in camp adjusting a strap that you won't be able to see on the back of the pack, but it holds that sleeping pad down there. It came loose and I don't want to drop that again. I did when I was carrying it in a different spot way back in the beginning of the trail. So the whole point is just to enjoy it today. Whatever happens, happens. Take the trail for what it is. I saw so many beautiful things yesterday, really for the whole day. But at the end of the day, walking by that giant lake, that was just amazing. Spectacular. Its blowdown is not spectacular, but that little walk around is. So, who knows what the trail has in store for me today. It'll be hard to beat yesterday, but if all goes well, we have about 100 more days to try to top yesterday. And we can't allow a little nervousness about post holing this afternoon if we choose to go over John Muir Pass to ruin our day. And we can't allow not getting over John Muir Pass if that's what's meant to be, to ruin our day. So I'm 14 miles away from the pass. We'll see what happens when I get there. Can you see that swinging down there? That's the pad I was bragging about fixing. I don't even think I went a half mile and it came loose again. I'd love to say I was going that fast, but that's just not the truth. I don't think this is my friend from last night. Could be, but this one looks a little younger, a little smaller. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She's having the time of her life eating off that bush. I hate to interrupt it, but I'm going that way. Hey you, I'm going that way. I don't have all day for you and your all-you-can-eat buffet. Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming this way. I don't know, maybe it is my friend from last night. Maybe it's not. Hey, I'm coming. Don't be mad. Hey, you. I'm coming by. That sound, did you hear it? Sounds like Emmett Otter and his jug band. I've talked to a few hikers about it. We all hear it. Some of us thought it was our bear cans because we heard it as soon as we got into the Sierra and picked up our bear cans, but you stop moving and the sound keeps going. Some people think it's the trees. I wonder if it's an animal. Some people have some wilder conspiracy theories. This bridge looks how I felt trying to get up this morning. Grateful for that bridge though. Feet are still dry. I've had a great stretch going into camp, about 6 water crossings. I was able to get across rock hopping or going over logs. And then this morning, I don't know, 2 or 3, same thing. But it's nice to have dry feet. It's a little complicated, but it should work. Still haven't gotten my feet wet. Well, I descended quite a bit last night, and even this morning I was as low as 8,000 feet elevation, so this sign tells me I'm back to 10,000 feet elevation. And the Muir Pass isn't quite 12, but it's just about 12,000 feet elevation, so I still have nearly 2,000 feet to go. If I'm gonna go over it today, still undecided. Letting my shoes and socks dry in the sun, even though they'll probably be wet in a minute. I got here a little after 1. It's about 2. I've been eating and drinking caffeine. I'm gonna lay down and take a nap, and I'm probably gonna go over the pass. This is an alright tent site, probably better for cowboy camping, and I don't feel like stopping this early. The next 2 passes don't even sound bad at all. I think if I go over this pass, I set myself up for tomorrow pretty well. 29 miles from it right now. If I go over this pass and camp about 5 miles from here, I'll be about 24 miles from it. So I won't have to go over a pass tomorrow, and I can just hike as much as I can and get as close as I can to it. And like I said, the description on the next 2, I think Selden and Silver, they say no snow on the way up, not a lot of snow on the way down, and it's melting fast. So I feel like I'm in good shape. Maybe one more challenge going over this. We'll see what the snow is like in the afternoon. So I'm going for it. I found a trekking pole in that tent site.
So I'm carrying it out. I might as well use it. So if I break one, hopefully it's this one, I'm carrying out a trace. So I'm not following these boot tracks up and over here because I didn't like the snow going over that water source down there. So I followed the trail up here and it was pretty good until we got to there. And then you had to get over here. So I cut my own tracks in slushy snow up and over to here. And whoever comes behind me and sees those is probably gonna say, what the? Just like I did a few times on the last few passes, but I'm over here and there was a little bit of risk it, you know. I would have slid down to those rocks. I did post hole. I did slip and slide. So that's the last risky thing I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna take a deep breath and just take my time. Check everybody's work. And if I'm following footprints, make sure that they're on the trail or they're gonna bring me someplace good. Good boot tracks. When I left that tent site, it was 2 miles. I don't know how much farther I have to go, but if it stays like this, this is just a little slippery, but it's like 3 in the afternoon. You know, this is doable at any time of day from this point forward. There was just one part getting up to the snowfields where some boot tracks led to some rocks with some strong flowing water underneath it. So I didn't like that because that snow is eventually going to give. Oh, that's cooler looking than I thought it was going to be. And I'm at the top. Are you serious? How long did it take you to get up here? Wow, wow, wow. To John Muir, lover of the range of light, this shelter was erected through the generosity of George Frederick Schwartz, 1931 Sierra Club, U.S. Forest Service. Welcome to the Muir Hut. A few reminders from your local rangers. Pack out all your poop. Don't try to hide it under a rock. I can't read what they said. It's something we have to scrape it off and carry it out. It stinks, and we have to scrape it off and carry it out. Hut closed to overnight camping. It is not a good lightning shelter. Please don't climb the hut. It's old and delicate. I can see somebody climbing the hut. Closed door when leaving. So they're saying the hut's closed to overnight camping, but it's an emergency shelter. Would they rather come rescue you? It's pretty cool in here. Wow, it's actually really cool in here. Fireplace doesn't work. Amazing though. That's pretty cool. Wow. So I took my shoes and socks off. I don't think they're gonna get that dry with the sun, but it is sunny up here. I'm gonna filter a liter of water and eat my recovery snack and then make my way down. It's like 4:30. Maybe I get out of here at 5, but just like on the other side, I was at a tent site 2 miles from the summit. There's a tent site 2 miles from here. 9 days ago, someone commented that it's still under the snow, but I feel like I can get down there. It's beautiful up here. It's nice and peaceful. It just dawned on me, where'd that stick next to the shelter come from? Who carried that up here? Let's blow this taco stand and see what the other side has in store for us. I mean, you can basically just follow this line all the way down there and see what we're in for. So this is Wanda Lake. That's enough today and for today. I got my beer over there. I'm going to sleep. There. On the carbon fiber pad. That sunset over that mountain pretty quickly, so it's going to get colder fast. I got to get my feet dry and warm now. Toes looked more purple on top of the pass, and the bottom of my feet looked worse the other day, so they're dry. Time to put them in wool socks. If you stand up, it's windy, so I don't love this spot, but it might serve me well if it blocks the wind, which is why I came over here in the first place. Today was just a slog, so there was a good amount of snow. It was hard to read the trail towards the end of my day. So a mile, you're out of the snow, but you're not. So you're on the trail, and then you're in snow. And then when you get out of the snow, you can't find the trail. And it was just hard to read far out. So anyway, I'm over it, literally and figuratively. I'm over the pass, and I'm over today. It's exactly what I wanted. I think the last time I looked, I'm 24 miles from the next pass. And far out comments, if you can believe them, say there's no snow going up it. It's not challenging going down. And that's the same beta for the next 2 passes.